Yesterday, Candace Owens holded 90-minute live on X. Not everybody gets X, so I thought I would share about it here. I edited it down to, you'll understand in a second. I just spent the last 9 hours editing it down for you. When it comes to investigating what really happened to Charlie Kirk, she is showing the kind of oomph that you would think his wife in Turning Point would show, because, just because.
This was just the reality of how it happened. Okay, so it was a holy day of obligation. We do not normally go to mass in the evenings on a Monday.
Oh, in case you weren't aware, Candace Owens converted to Catholicism in 2024. You might know because it made the national freaking news. This article was in Newsweek.
I normally start my prayers with gratitude, what I'm grateful for. For whatever reason, I just went with just basically pleading. Something very wrong with the Charlie Kirk story, but I just feel like there's like a small piece of this thing missing.
Owens is crediting divine intervention for this tip that she got, and considering there seems to be a spiritual battle over this thing. I mean, if you've seen Erika's eyes and you weren't a believer before, you might start to believe in the devil or lizard people.
Home after mass, I open my laptop and there are literally 50,000 emails in my tips box. One just pops in. I don't know what came over me, but I was like, aha, would this be an answered prayer? And I call Mitch. He proceeds to tell me the story of how he was at Fort Huachuca Air Base. Only two people that he mentioned to me on the phone, he felt absolutely certain that he saw them. Erika Kirk, he saw her at the Candlewood Inn and Suites on September 8th. She was with a younger guy who looked like he was in special forces. Saw Brian Harpole walking out of this meeting. Whether or not he saw Brian Harpole, I don't really know. Sent me so many docs that like his story is real. Like I don't, this happened. Here are the medals he received. He was a Green Beret. He had sent me all of his metadata, his ID cards, his former passports, his new passports. He didn't ask to come on my show. He didn't ask me for money. Then I asked him to come on the show, and then I randomly live said, I wanted to raise money, and then he, which you missed, Morgan, said to me, I don't want the money the very next morning.
It's Christine. If you watch this live, you'll notice I edited this thoroughly because I gathered certain thoughts. I didn't compromise the integrity of what anybody says, but it is really edited. Did.
And said, if the tip ends up working and it helps you solve the murder of Charlie, then sure.
She then did a podcast. Mitch wasn't there, but she shared the interaction. And she didn't talk about Erika, but she said this.
I just said it was a blonde girl.
And I'm pretty sure people put it together.
The very next day is when Erika sat down with Harrison Faulkner on Fox News, and she addressed conspiracy theorists as sick and said that she wanted them to stop. The next day on the 11th is when Barry Weiss used the stop, just stop.
Sharing anything Candace Owens was not on my bingo card for 2025. That is such a weird saying.
Monday is when Erika and I obviously had to sit down for 4.5 hours.
I used DuckDuckGo to confirm the date of that meeting, and I'm blown away with the search results when it comes to Erika Kirk. It is like all pro Erika Kirk. The article where Candace points out that Turning Point owned many of the lies they were spewing, when you click on it, there's nothing there. It goes to an error message. One of the lies being that she and Charlie had a falling out. This article is by CNN. Yeah, CNN.
I did not bring up the Fort Huachuca thing.
Oh, that pissed off so many people, mostly diehard Candace Owens followers. Why didn't you bring up this? And why didn't you bring up that? Expectations were too high, totally unrealistic. This was their first and probably last meeting. Expectations are the seeds of resentment, by the way. I mean, just for one day, be aware of what you expect from people, how you expect them to act, or what you expect them to say. You're welcome. For Candace to get them to admit they lied about things, huge win. Candace was also able to show them that Charlie did, in fact, send messages out to people saying they are going to kill me. That was denied by his own wife. I don't know why she wouldn't know that. And the fact that Erika has his cell phone pretty much says, they're not taking the investigation seriously. Like at all.
I have Brian Harpole's number, and so I was just going to text Brian Harpole directly.
The top security guy who next day, blew it. Bad choice of words, sorry. I mean, not Nicki Minaj level bad, but still not great. She's addressing the fact that the security head was seen at a military intel base the day before Charlie was removed.
Erika gave me Brian Harpole's flight.
Remember, Candace hadn't brought up the subject, but they just gave her this flight information, which wasn't so helpful for that guy.
I said, oh, well, this is not an alibi because the meeting ended at 7:30 a.m. And I think Brian Harpole's flight left at like 3:42, kind of went through kind of the high points or the things that we had discussed. It broke the story about Charlie's car, and that we actually had exclusive photos of what the inside of the car looked like. December 14th, I received a text message from Ian Carroll. Brian Harpole was preparing some huge lawsuit against me. And I think someone's intentionally giving you bad information to try to scare me from talking about the Fort Huachuca thing anymore. These two YouTubers, Valhalla and Paramount Tactical, reach out to Mitch. And they're being super nice to him. They're not questioning whether or not he was in the special forces. They're actually saying to him that I may be under foreign influence. No, we're just concerned about Candace. Hey, that's weird. I don't know these guys, but we have the video of it because Mitch is predisposed to paranoia.
To be fair, Candace doesn't know me either, and I've had concern for her.
And on the 22nd, I get another phone call from Ian Carroll, very concerned. And he's like, look, I have this friend who's in the military. He has a YouTube channel saying that he wants to talk to me. What's going to come out about Mitch is going to be explosive, and you're going to like go down on the ship.
Ian fills in for Candace sometimes, so they're actually friends. So he would be concerned about her if she had misinformation.
It's like he was never a Green Beret. I was like, he absolutely was a Green Beret. I sent that up the chain of the government. If he has something that is concrete that like Mitch somehow defrauded me or lied and did like definitively was not a Green Beret, then please just have him email it to me. I will deal with it immediately.
I'm not somebody who takes her word as gospel, but I do appreciate, whose word would I take as gospel? I do appreciate how when she puts something out there, she says, if you have something to the contrary, show me. And they like almost never do. Like these guys didn't. Or that guy didn't. Whoever that was didn't.
Stolen valor, he wasn't a Green Beret, and then they like casually admitted on their show, okay, no, he was a Green Beret, but I'm embarrassed he was a Green Beret. That's when they started, I guess, talking to his estranged son from 20 years ago.
People can always find somebody to say something bad about you. Just imagine what Taylor Swift's exes would say if they didn't sign NDAs. Swifties, don't come at me. I mean, she's only human. I mean, she says she's nuts in her own song. I'm not saying she's nuts. I'm just, never mind.
I feel like I'm the one who's actually trying to debunk Mitch. Going to Brian Harpole, going to Turning Point USA and saying, hey, like, give me something. I'm happy for this to be wrong.
She's connected to all these people. She has their phone numbers. They have hers. It would be so simple for them to just go to her directly. But they don't. They go to other YouTubers like behind her back and slip Alex Jones information. It's dodgy.
Alex Jones jumps into the fray. He's talking about Mitch's history. These people are lunatics, blah, blah, blah. It's like, bro, send me a text. And I could have shut it down immediately. Alex did say on his show that he spoke to Turning Point USA people and like he had Brian Harpole's flight. So it's pretty obvious. It seems like they're working behind the scenes and that's annoying me.
She loved Charlie. They were close. She's asking questions because she cares. Why would they want to inflame the situation? Sometimes I think we give them more credit than they're due. I don't think they're that sharp.
Andrew Colbert was speaking with Paramount Tactical, denigrating what we were doing. Just give me Erika's alibi and I'd be happy to publish it. Like, really, I have been so nice in terms of what I have told the public about things that Andrew Colbert told me. He's starting to like a little bit play with the bull and we're getting real close.
They would know she has plenty of things that she could expose. And why anyone thought Erika Kirk would be a good front person, beyond me. Who needs sleep? I mean, time is just a construct, right? Actually, Doug does. He's out on the couch. We have to remind our son, like, mom's working. Dad's not in trouble or anything.
I have messaged Brian Harpole, just so you guys know, thus far, I want to say 4 times, at least 3 times.
Yeah, I should probably focus one of these on the main guy.
The insinuation is that this was a assassination planning meeting. I don't even see any evidence of that. Why does Fort Huachuca even matter? Like, what is the claim being made?
During this live on X, which is now 2 days ago, not just yesterday, like part 1 said, she had several people on there, other podcasters, and a few strongly disagreed with her, and I respect that.
And why does Fort Huachuca even matter? Like, what is the claim being made?
So why would Brian Harpole be on Fort Huachuca at all? He's been acting weird. He's been telling verifiable lies, and he cared enough to present an alibi. Meaning he didn't want people to think he was there. It's an intel base. Somebody that was involved in blacking out the windows had sent us a tip. It's how people are reacting to the meeting that lets us know that it's important.
I thought I was articulate, but listening to Candace Owens say important, like important,
but it's important. Never said Erika was at the meeting. He did not see her on September 9th. It was Brian Hartpole who was at that meeting. I don't know why he would be at an intel base at a meeting with top brass. And what I can tell you is if he was there, Turning Point doesn't know he was there. According to Erika and Justin Strife, who I sat down for 4.5 hours. So if Turning Point has him on their payroll and they've outright purchased a security firm and they don't know what he's doing on an intel base, yeah, it matters.
Whether she knows she did this or not, she just set them up because they either did know that he was there and then have to answer to why was he there, considering what happened to Charlie the next day, or I'm losing my voice, or they genuinely didn't know. And why aren't they trying to figure out why he was there? Because yesterday, I think it was yesterday, they made it clear that they had broken ties with him. Okay.
We don't need to know the conclusion to follow the clues here that something's wrong. So people are always like, well, what's the final thing you're saying? Well, we don't know the final thing that we're saying because that's not how an investigation works.
Our government has failed us regarding this investigation. Turning Point, who you would think would care more, has failed us. And we deserve to know. I mean, this is a guy who the president put the flag at half-mast and gave the presidential, medal of whatever, that used to mean something before he gave it to, who was it? I don't know, some gross guy. The president sat in the Oval Office and condemned the left for doing this thing. So yeah, we want answers. Something in my eye.